morning. Good afternoon. I'm Nigel. I've been working for Hebal now for a few years. I look after residential sales in Queensland along with my counterpart Patrick, and excited that we are now involved with Brett's from a Hebal point of view. So I'd like to just go through a bit of a quick presentation, giving a bit of an overview about our products, what we do, and how we can sort of work better together. Hebal. Hebal is an AAC product, aerated autoclaved concrete. It's made in Sydney using steel mesh and materials sand, water, lime, cement and aluminium paste, and it's a naturally products that we mix. We pour into a slurry. We set it into an autoclave and it comes out that white consistency that you see now. We use raw Australian only materials, and it's all made locally, which is fantastic. It's supported and trusted brands through CSR, and we come in panels and blocks. Just going to play a bit of a short video, guys. So where can Hebal be used? Hebal can be used in many different applications: housings, multi-residentials, retirement, apartments, sound barriers, industrial buildings, and the DIY market and the fencings and floorings. What's in a Hebal panel? We make 75mm and 50mm Hebal panels. We make flooring panels as well. The Hebal panels have a steel reinforcing mesh running through it, which has an anti-corrosion paint applied to the mesh before inserting into the panel. The flooring panel is a tongue and groove panel, only comes in 1800 by 600, but the external panels for externals and party walls come in a range of sizes from 2.4s right up to 3s, and in some cases 3.3 metre panels as well, all 600 wide. Hebal and houses. So the three main areas I'd like to chat to you today about is external walls, the party walls and the flooring sections. So external walls are used as a rendered masonry external application in lieu of bricks. Party walls are used as a 50mm panel as a party wall scenario for dual lock buildings, and flooring in lieu of a self-supporting flooring system, or in some cases the particle board flooring systems. external claddings. The great thing about Hebal externally, and this is probably our bread and butter line, is that we have great acoustic properties. So we can actually build a wall element for an acoustic rated system. Thermal properties are fantastic as well due to the nature of the product. It's very, very fast to install. So one standard panel is about 75 traditional bricks. So it's very, very quick installation-wise. Eco-friendly. We recycle material into the product. We recycle steam in our factory as well. So it's got that little bit of a green tick if that's what your clients are looking for and yourselves as well. Non-combustible, so it's perfect for bushfire zones. We reached the FZ BAL rating, as well as zero boundary allotment fire rating zones as well. And it gives you a nice clean rendered finish as well, so monolithic finish, no weep holes, things like that, so you get that really nice true straight line. As I said, the render finish is pretty critical on our system. Being classed as a drywall cavity system, the waterproofing is actually coming from the coating systems. And the coating systems on our systems are very flexible. So you can get this through Dulux, Rock Coat, several different places. But that's the great thing. They're acrylics, polymer renders, great colour range as well. So you can go quite dark colours, which doesn't affect any warranties. And they're very flexible, so we minimise cracking. Party walls. This is something that's fairly, we've had it for a while. Hebal's had party wall systems for a while. We traditionally had the 75mm panel in the party wall scenario, inlay of a plasterboard systems or other party wall systems out there. We found that the 75mm system was just a little bit too wide, so we worked very heavily and now created a 50mm party wall system. So the 50mm party wall system actually slots into a plasterboard cavity. So if you've got a job where you're working with plasterboard and you want to actually switch that out, we can actually do that without actually changing the cavity. What that does is it gives you a full masonry party wall system, which is great, so it's not affected by wind, rain, storms or anything like that. Less componentries in the system, so we don't use H-tracks. We are pretty much the deflection track on the ground, panels in, glue between the joints, a compressed wool at the horizontal junction and continue up the wall. Now this is fantastic because there's less components, less things that you need to think about and easier to get compliance with this. Simplest, very similar system to the plasterboard systems that are out there. We still use the little angle brackets for fixing off, but this is where the carpenters can just go through and put a full masonry system, and it's really good in relation to wastage and easeability on site. And this is where we think that we can really work with Brett's and yourselves to get this into the marketplace where your carpenters can be installing. So you get less callbacks. As I said, the cavity system works with the plasterboard systems. It's very, very quick to be put up on site, and it's versatile. So we can do up to 3-metre panels in the 50mm system. So.
What does the 50mm system give you
CTR RW, so we can achieve 50 is obviously our magic number that we have to achieve. So fire rating, we achieve 60-minute. If we use in the control joints on a vertical application, if we use mastic on both sides, we can actually achieve a 90-minute rating, but the 60-minute is our golden number with the CTR RW of 50. We've got several different ways that we can achieve that by changing the plasterboard internally, by increasing cavities and everything like that. So we can work with you on that in relation to design guides and how that works. So definitely. This is just a bit of a few pictures of the system. So steel frame or timber frame, not affected, which is fantastic. There's only one little thing that we do with the steel framing, being that we have an open bottom track. We just need to cap that off before we install the brackets. Hebal flooring. Hebal flooring is probably our best performing product. And probably most underutilised product in the marketplace, and there's a couple of reasons. People think it's a quick exact switch for chipboard flooring. It probably doesn't play in that chipboard flooring market. We're really trying to target that suspended slab market. The great thing about that is that it's quick, so we can talk to the Brett's guys about our floor truss systems, whether it's timber or steel, and then the Hebal flooring goes on top. Now, the Hebal flooring is installed as you normally would do with the chipboard flooring. It's a 1800 by 600 by 75mm tongue and groove panel. Look, I'm a salesman, I can tell you how good it is until I'm blue in the face, but until you actually walk on the floor and feel how it feels underfoot, that's the selling point. That's what the clients want, so it's fantastic for acoustics. So if you've got kids running around upstairs, you've got a cinema room underneath, it's really good for eliminating noise from both directions. Thermally as well, so if you're trying to keep certain areas of the house cool in summer or warm in winter, it's great for thermal properties as well. But it's really about the feel. So toppings, tiles, timber, carpet, all of that is fantastic. One little great thing, and it's something so small, but from a frame and truss background that I come from, where you go into a wet area, you discontinue your Hebal, put some 19mm compressed down. That gives you a natural step into that area, so you can actually do your falls down to your waist hole. So you're not stepping joist or having to put hobs in or anything like that. So it gives you a nice slimline look through the house. It's fantastic in relation to sloping blocks as well. So if you're building a post home and you want to get a nice concrete floor on a sloping block side, it's fantastic in that scenario. It's a few little steel frames or timber frames. It's fantastic on both. Helps eliminate a lot of those squeaks and just makes it feel solid underfoot. It's like walking on a suspended slab, but on a floor joist system. Yep. A couple of different ways, and we've got some design guides here, but not a lot. There is different systems you can, so you can batten it out and put you're talking timber 90mm secret nailed. Yep. So you can batten it off. There is engineered floors out there too that you can direct fix. To be honest, it's fantastic for tiles. It doesn't eliminate, but it reduces the cracking on tiles on the upper floor with movement because it's locked in, it's solid. It's pretty fantastic. I had one particular builder actually put it in his house and, as a standard, rolled it out for tile floors because he just eliminated all of his cracking problems. So, yeah, tiles, timber, carpet, lino, the whole kit caboodle. So from a timber flooring point of view, probably work with the Brett's guys in relation to the particular brand of flooring that you're using and what their recommendations, whether it's batten or an engineered floor system. Some selling motivators, and we've done a bit of work with consumers about what actually drives sales, and the next couple of pictures is the bigger the bubble is the bigger the sale motivator. And the great thing about Hebal is that we tick a lot of these boxes. So, economically, we do reduce the thermal properties in the wall. So we can increase the thermal properties in the wall to reduce your energy costs. So people want to keep warm and keep cool. So that, energy cost is a big thing. Non-combustibility is a huge thing in the marketplace, the buzzword. So our products are non-combustible. So fire-rated walls, external walls, zero boundaries. That all comes into play. Aesthetic, sleek, nice, straight, rendered wall systems. We've seen that people want this. We want that nice look with these lights that they're putting on the outside, but we want to try and minimise any movement, any bowing, and etc. in walls. Warranty, CSR Hebal is backed by CSR. We've been around 100 years, just like the Brett's boys. And we've got that Hebal brand, so we've got a 25-year warranty on our products. So, we're here to stay and look after you guys. And energy efficient, low carbon, how we actually make our product, we only use steam. We don't use big energy sucking kilns. So we recycle that through our factory, so it's got a green approach to it too. So what's in it for the customers? It's comfortable to live in. It gives a nice feel. We do a lot of retirements, and we do a lot of time walking through these retirement villages, and the clients come out and they love the feel. They love that feel of the walls and not having to put the air conditioners on because of the overall wall elements. It's quiet, rendered finishes, non-combustible, eco-friendly, and obviously dealing with a brand that it can trust, CSR. What's in it for you? Hebal support. So we've got a local team of our office here in Queensland who you've been introduced to. So we're here to support you as a builder and Brett's as your point man from a support technical as well as expertise, installation, the whole kit caboodle. We've got many years in the industry with AAC, so we understand the product and how it is actually used in the product. Brands you can trust, as I mentioned before, CSR and Brett's have both been around for over 100 years. So you can trust those names. 25 years knowledge, testing. We've spent millions of dollars on testing with AAC, with relevance. And not only that, now AAC actually falls under its own standard. So AS5146 is the AAC standard that covers all of our products, which is fantastic. So we're a deemed to satisfied product now, which is fantastic from your point of view. We're Australian made, which is great too. So we've got a factory in Summersby. We literally pushed the button on this month on our brand new factory, a $70 million investment that CSR has made, making some pretty phenomenal products. That's pretty much tripled our capacity in Australia, which is great. So which is really good to see manufacturing staying in our backyard. And professionalism. So not only dealing with us, but you're dealing with Brett's, which is great. So I'm just going to play a little short video of some builders and some carpenters about what they're saying about, particularly about the Hebal party wall system.
What I like about Hebal is it's a very fast product. It's a two-man product, so it only takes 2 guys to install it.
The Hebal 50mm system, it's a lot lighter. Obviously, it's easier to handle, and it is simple. There's no components really. You've got your sheet, and then you've got your brackets, and then with your joins, you basically seal it up, and it's done.
You don't need to put any fire-rated board over in the roof space or over the joist space, and it's the weather doesn't affect it.
It does obviously maximise space. In terms of speed of construction and ease of construction, you can have your party wall on a ground floor installed within half a day.
When the Hebal's measured, it's measured for the job, which can result in less cutting, which results in less wastage. Also, if there's any penetrations through the wall, we can just patch it. It's a quick, easy patch. It's a quick, easy fix, and the build can keep moving.
So it's pretty exciting that we've now partnered with Brett's with Hebal, in particular with the 50mm panel and flooring systems. So Hebal and Brett's, it's the better way to build. So if you do need some more information, we are now, Brett's have got all the information now regarding pricing, documentation. Myself will be working around with making my rounds with the trade reps to give them a little bit more understanding on the product, so then we can actually come out and see you guys. So if you do need any more information, please have a chat to the guys from Brett's, and we can arrange a bit of a catch up.